I'm here with David Abramovich, one of my oldest friends in the entrepreneurial journey. You're here and I'm here just to answer 10 questions about our journey. Bounce them back and forth, keep it light, keep it fun, keep it bubbly.
Let's go.
Is this where you thought you'd be 10 years down the line, 12 years for you down the line of starting Grind?
Absolutely not.
Where did you think you would be?
I'm not sure I did. I mean,
No
no thought whatsoever to what 10 years would look like. I think I never imagined it would kind of get to the scale and the place that it has.
Right.
We just started.
That was it.
Just let's do one coffee shop. It'll be fun.
But it hasn't been. and there have been moments.
It has been 80% fun.
That's a lie.
What did you think you were building, and what did you actually build?
I thought we were building we were going to build 50-site juice bar company.
I remember.
Yeah. What have we built? Well, what we have built is, no more retail, no more juice bars, but we have built now, I think, the UK's largest cold pressed juice business, but now really we're a big plant-based health food brand with meals and soups and snacks, the whole lot. So our aspiration is to be a world level brand that's trusted for health, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we built.
Amazing how everyone starts off building one thing and ends up building something different, right?
Yeah. What's the craziest thing that's happened at Grind?
I think the craziest thing that's happened at Grind is probably the pandemic journey of going into that only being a high street business and then watching our customers react and support us, the insane growth on the website, the direct-to-consumer side of the business, and that ultimately changed the business forever. What's been your biggest learning in 10 years of press?
Hire for kindness, because when everything's hard, which it always is, people don't get their elbows out. That's
Okay.
probably my biggest one,
Interesting.
genuinely. It's all people in the end. Because you can't do it on your own, so you better have some people around you who care.
Yeah, 100%, it's all people.
How many times have you cried during, related to Grind, not in your life? And this is where you go twice. I watched Home Alone, and yeah.
That's not inaccurate.
Never cry.
Never. I've never.
Not a crier.
I've never cried through the business. I've had some sleepless nights.
Yeah.
I've had some worrying times, and I've had some sleepless nights. I've never cried. It's never been, touch wood, it's never been that bad so
Good.
far.
It's just business.
It doesn't solve anything, ultimately.
No, that's true.
It doesn't achieve anything, right?
Sometimes it makes you feel better, though.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah. What about you? This is a nice little segue. How do you manage stress?
Just crying all the time.
Just crying
in
loads.
the office, out the office, in a
Yeah.
meeting, anywhere.
That's
If
perfect.
in doubt, show them you're vulnerable.
You need to give
How
me,
do I
you need
manage
to give me a
stress?
serious answer.
Yeah, so Wim Hof breathing.
Okay.
Before that became a thing, I ran into a guy on a beach on a holiday who taught me all about it, and that literally saved. I was in a very dark place, just broken. Wim Hof breathing was honestly the single best thing. 50 minutes in the morning, 50 minutes in the evening, helps you go to sleep, and also helps you kind of feel in a good mood for the day. So yeah,
And celery juice
big time.
every day.
Juice every day is a given. That's how you just elevate your consciousness.
Enough of that.
Yeah. How many times have you nearly given up?
I've never nearly given up.
Yeah.
Giving up doesn't feel like one of the available options,
Yeah.
to be honest. And the further into it you go, the more people are relying on you not giving up. I understand that sometimes people have to give up for various reasons, but I almost think that needs to be someone else's decision, or a decision
just ripped
which
away
is
from you
which is
because-
which is made by external factors rather
yeah.
than just I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You?
No. Same. The option's been presented before by people.
What advice would you give to your younger self if you were starting all over again? Apart from don't do it.
Do you know what? I would just maybe go and find someone who's knows this business and industry. I started a business with Georgie, co-founder, which is great, but you just end up reinventing the wheel on so many things. But because you're young, naive, and optimistic, you're I bet I can just figure it out.
But the other side of that coin, there's a lot to be said for being 25 and naive and thinking everything's going to be fine.
32.
I was 25 when I founded the business. And I think about some of the decisions that I made at 25, 28, whatever, and some of the risks we took.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't make those same decisions today. But actually, the business wouldn't be here today without those initial risks and kind of crazy
I agree.
moments. And
We had a cocktail bar in Spitalfield Market. Ridiculous idea.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got free rent, but then we had to build it and staff it.
Yeah.
We made some cocktails. They were pretty good. Cold pressed juice plus booze is a nice balance.
Ahead of your time, as always.
Exactly. Worst moment, best moment?
I think worst moment, definitely the day that they announced the lockdown when we were a 100% high street business, just watching all of the locations, which at that time were the whole business, you know, watching them pack them up. They never get packed up, right? Like since the day they open 7 days a week. They're there, they're constantly on. Seeing that close down and just stop completely, and you know, I don't think I ever thought that they wouldn't reopen, but like just the fact that that was even a question was
mental.
Was horrible. Best moment? Wow,
I mean, many.
There's been.
They also, I presume, and they kind of, with each era, they scale, right? It changes on the landscape of that. There's the beginning bit. It's like first time we sold a coffee in the very beginning, and then today it's more like we opened our 50th store.
I think it's almost impossible to like. Every week brings a new best moment and a new worst moment almost. Like, you know, I won't go into the details, but this week we've been, you know, there's been some highs and some lows like no others just this week, because things just move so fast when you're trying to scale a company. So 10 years of running Press, what's been your best and worst moment?
One of the worst moments early was that I went down on a Sunday to help with production, was a little hungover, ground all of the kale that had been delivered, which is literally like floor to ceiling, and then knocked over like a 30-litre vat of kale juice by mistake, which then like all the things, right? Now we don't have enough kale to make juice, tidal wave of kale, everyone hates Ed, go home Ed.
Go home Ed. Thanks for coming.
Never come back.
Best moments?
Best moment. COVID was obviously awful, but at least it was pan-global in the sense of everyone was suddenly...
It affected everyone equally.
Right, and you were like, we're going to make the most of this. But actually, we moved down to our warehouse. Because we were in food, we could continue to work. It was that amazing summer. We put a basketball net outside of our warehouse. The team were just incredible. We opened up a full grocery store online because we realised that's what our customers wanted.
I remember.
And the customers really wanted it. And suddenly we were delivering bread to everyone. And that was kind of like... actually weirdly gives me like goosebumps when I think about that summer, because it was actually kind of euphoric in its madness.
We're done. That was 10 out of 10.
Done.
10 years, 10 questions.
Done.
10 answers.
10 fingers high-fiving.
Yeah.